our area, there's been a huge disturbance when it comes to the land base. And why it's so important for us is because we live off the land. You know, our medicines, our berries, our food, and when we have such major impacts happen, it takes away from our life source and it makes it harder for us to practice our way of life when everything is disturbed or polluted.
It really hurts, like, you know, just to have our land being torn apart like that. It is what it is, and yeah, we'll try to fix it as good as we can. Yeah, it's just it's a hard feeling. I'm a dormant sites project officer for Blueberry River First Nation. My job is to reclaim all these sites that are not being used no more. This area is Starter Creek area. It's mile 74 on the Alaska Highway, which is part of Blueberry's territory. There has been fires through here for the last 2 years. We're looking at a lease site which has been abandoned, almost ready for reclamation.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I don't think it will be. That one? I don't know.
Today we are collecting cottonwood and balsam poplar. It's a seed that we've been watching for about 3 weeks in this area that we scouted earlier in the season and just been kind of watching to see when it's ready. And the crew is learning about how to process them and identify them more in depth. So when we go past, you'll see there's a tree there with the catkins, and you see it kind of like has white things hanging. The catkins, when they disperse the seed, we want to get it before it hits that, because that's the money. That's where the money is. So we don't want to miss that.
I don't think it will be. That one?
I don't know if that one has.
Yeah, there's some on there.
Is there like...
Not much, but...
I just try to teach the best of what I know and share with them.
This is short. You see how this is short from Sadie?
Since I was hired in April 2019 as the nation's inaugural restoration project officer, we've grown to now a restoration department that has 14 staff, most of whom are Indigenous, the vast majority of whom are members of Blueberry River First Nations. We need 850 million trees just to clear the backlog of dormant sites in Blueberry's claim area. So part of our work in building capacity is also building a supply chain, a supply economy, a supply ecosystem that can meet the demand that we've helped create. So the intention was always to get the site back in terms of soils, hydrology, and vegetation, and the wildlife that depend on all those things, back to a state it was like pre-disturbance.
And so two-eyed seeing is where you pair Western systems of understanding and the science piece with traditional land use and traditional ways of being so that we can actually connect and return to the lands. The plan is to connect our wild seed collectors with traditional knowledge holders so we can find the seed on the land. We want to honorably harvest that. And then in order to make sure that we're not always taxing the wild populations, we actually have a plan to develop seed production areas. So we're going to grow the seeds in the greenhouse, and then those plants are going to go out into seed production areas. A big goal for the program is actually being able to have enough of a volume of seeds so that we can replace the forestry mix that's the commonly used seed mix right now.
So we've got a team behind me here. They are cutting the leaves off and trimming the branches, right? We don't need all those twigs and stuff in the racks when we're drying. They go from there, then they go to the racks on the other side of me here. They dry out as well, and they fluff up, to get the fluff. It's called pappus, I do believe, and that's what carries the seeds. Then we take them inside, and we have a team in there working with vacuums. One of the vacuum goes under, does the blowing, And the other one comes up and does all the sucking of all the whatever fluff comes out of them.
It's really exciting when you look at the bigger picture and what the outcome needs to be. I come from working in industry, worked on heavy equipment doing the opposite of what we're doing. So this to me is, more than just seed collection. Like this, the purpose of it is so much greater. I do believe that we have a duty, not just to ourselves, but to the future, to take part in restoring. Hopefully we see things grow like our moose population, and hopefully we have more access to our medicines that got disturbed or destroyed with industry impacts. The biggest job is restoring and reclaiming and giving health back to the land that got destroyed.
I'm very happy to be here doing restoration and have my people alongside with me to work with me, fixing this world bit by bit. Everybody just puts in a little bit of effort, and at the end of the day, we'll all be seeing a lifetime of difference.